Oh, hello there. Yes. Well, you never know. It might eventually become December. Eventually. Yes. Anyway. See, I like doing that, just stopping for no reason at all. Anyway, yes. We had a very odd one yesterday, inevitably in the Daily Telegraph, which I want to share with you, but I think it's indicative, as ever, of a wider thing. Say that about everything, don't I? It's always indicative of a wider thing, but that's because life is indicative of, well, wider things, indeed. Yes, anyway, Zoe Strimple, yes, managed to extract herself from Hampstead Waitrose long enough to write something, hooray! Which is this: anti-Israel protesters don't want to save Palestine, in inverted commas you notice, they want to destroy Western civilization. Yes, they do, don't they? People like me that are concerned about the events that are happening in non-inverted commas Palestine do want to destroy Western civilization. Anyway, the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade was the latest event to be marred by immoral fanatics. Yes, don't forget that the Israeli army, come back to them no doubt, is the most moral army in the world. Hooray, aren't they? Yes. Just the first paragraph. As October the 7th moves further back in time, yeah, that's the way time works, the ghoulish true colours of the pro-Palestine movement continue to fly wild and free. Yeah, I like things. Everyone likes things being wild and free, though, really, don't they? Surely. Anyway, brazenly, good word, marring the peace, yeah, as well as the beauty, yes, New York, don't forget, of our cities with their violence and their hideous, deeply disturbing paraphernalia. Yeah, and if you have a look at the photographs, you can see these people are wearing things that other people in the crowd are wearing, which is because it was raining. Paraphernalia is bad anyway, isn't it? Yes. Anyway, there was a bit of a demo and the police came in and hit people and then it stopped. So Zoe no doubt would be very pleased about people being hit because I think that's really what she's after. But one of the things about this, and I do notice this with certain people in my comments, is that they will characterise me as having viewpoints that I certainly don't. Even in the very video that I've done, they will characterise me as just, well, you people on the left believe this, you want to destroy the family and Western civilization, and you're aligned with the Islamists. Yes, you're in cahoots with them. You hate Christians because you're all atheists, but at the same time you love Islamists. Yeah, because obviously being an atheist, I'm really keen on every single other religion than Christianity. That's the way atheism works. And, of course, this is exactly what Zoe is doing here. But the odd thing about this is I am quite convinced that 20 years ago, this monstrous, horrible stuff would not actually be published. 20 years ago, the Daily Telegraph probably wouldn't have allowed this thing to get past its editor, but it's in a different business today, and we'll come on to that notion, of course. So she can basically be writing this guff, which is, don't forget, on behalf of a foreign power, yeah? In terms of characterising people that she thinks shouldn't be saying something about actions that have been deemed as effectively genocide in international law. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not particularly thinking that that's an immoral position to have, is it? Well, yeah, of course it is. It's Zoe's position, which is an immoral one. And just ask yourself, I mean, since when have people protesting ethnic cleansing or mass slaughter of civilians been on the wrong side of history? Answers on a postcard, yes. But of course, Zoe is allowed to effectively whitewash or something else wash a foreign state who she is aligned to, whilst at the same time slagging me off as imagining that I somehow am operating from people out of Iran. And you will notice that Zoe never actually manages to get round to differentiating between the Islamists that she supposedly hates so much, because there are plenty of them who are these days more or less aligned with the Israeli state, be it Saudi or the rest of them, that she never mentions at all. It's always certain of them who are a generic body that she dislikes. And again, she is operating effectively as the tool of a foreign power. Now, I don't know about you, but I think there are words for that. And you can characterise me as being in favour of invisible sky gods that other people believe in and not other ones, which patently I'm not. But one of the things you can't characterise me as is being at based a propagandist for foreign powers. Again, you can think what word that is. But we do have a lot of this at the moment. Okay, I was thinking about it was a couple of days ago now, but we did have the paper review on GB News on Thursday night, looking at Friday's papers, and they had this: BBC staff furious at being told to wear Palestinian colours. Have they heard of impartiality? Yeah, okay. Which of course makes it all sound like the BBC have ordered people to wear Palestinian colours, which they simply haven't. And oddly, they were quoting one of the very, very Jewish news, one of the very, very minor publications in this country, not even the Jewish Chronicle, but they had to go long way out of their way to find this piece, which is BBC staff quit Journalists' Union after being told to dress in Palestinian colours. Exclusive. National Union of Journalists and Trade Union Congress, not the BBC, ask members to wear keffiyehs in the workplace. Yes, and as far as you can make out, reading the article, a whole possibly, maybe, but probably not, 6 of them have resigned from the NUJ, which they're fully entitled to do because it's a democratic body. If you don't want to wear something to work, even though your union wants you to, you don't have to. You don't have to be a member of the union. You can decide not to, in which case, when you get fired for being a transphobe, they won't represent you. It's entirely your choice. But you can see the misrepresentation here, and just the wider misrepresentation there is in terms of having to hunt out one of the least well-read publications in the UK, and then, even then, to mischaracterise what it's saying. It's astounding. Yeah, it's just that pure propaganda machine. Except in this case, of course, it is operating on the behest of a foreign government. Last time, what would we say that people that do that, what would we call them? Hard to say. Still, that's me, not prepared to slag off people that believe in invisible sky people, apart from when I do. Not prepared to slag off anybody about anything, apart from the fact that I do. I am just simply a monolithic block person who's on the left, so therefore I hate families. Odd, because I grew up in one and have one, and I also want to destroy Western civilization, which I live in, which again is a bit odd. Yes, coming from people that, of course, will urinate in their own drinking water and other metaphors. Anyway, do have a gorgeous Saturday. Stay warm if you can.